We spend a lot of time around here covering the latest startup fundraises, and for good reason. While capital is certainly an input and not an output, there is nothing quite like the closing of a round of several million in venture capital to prove that yes, the startup I'm working on is at least interesting to someone other than me. External validation shouldn't be your motivating principle, but it is motivating. Plus, it's a great milestone to reach out to the press and start talking up the story. And so week after week, we cover the latest rounds. This company raised $4.5 million in a seed round, and this company raised $16 million in a Series A. These stories, and the narratives behind them, are crisp, clean, and precise. A proverbial founder walked up and down South Park in Soma, explained their story, collected a couple of term sheets, picked one, locked in the due diligence, and is now announcing their round. The VCs are excited, the founders are excited, the employees are excited, and sometimes even the customers are excited. The reality for founders though is far more messy and gritty than those headlines would indicate. When I get founders off the record and out for drinks, the true story starts to emerge. That $4.5 million seed fundraise took 8 months of maniacal scheduling with 200 investors just to find a lead. And that lead didn't lead, but took only 20% of the round. In the meantime, they raised 12 times across convertible notes and safes, each one giving the company just a bit more gas in the tank to continue. When I wrote that a startup raised $4.5 million in one slam dunk, what I really should have written was that they raised $150,000, $300,000, a few more $50,000 investments from randos, a couple of thousand from that startup competition. Wow, $500,000 from that amazing angel, a $750,000 spur grant from the government that took 9 months too long to process, some credits from Brex, and finally at some point that lead investor showed up who gets $3 to $3.5 million in news value credit on their wimpy $900,000 check. As an editor and a writer who covers these aggregate rounds, I struggle with how to approach them. Founders regularly tell me that they would love more transparency and less bravado around fundraises. They want to read how other founders handle the messy complexity of their fundraises, if only because they can compare their own hellish experiences with those of others. More fundamentally, our readers deserve to read the truth.